Hey yoga people! Welcome to this week's Free Yoga Friday with Yogi Terps. I am Isabella, the Vice President, and I'm excited to practice with you today. Intermittently, this crazy pup will probably join the screen because he just can't help himself. So please forgive him. All right, so with that, let's get started. I want to begin today's practice because it's Friday and because it's midterms with some deep, renewing breaths. So I invite you to sit cross-legged on the floor with me, placing your hands on the knees. I like to have my palms directly on my knees. I like that sense of grounding, but other people like to flip their palms up, which is perfectly fine. And let's begin. On the inhale, breathe in, and then let it out. Let's do this 4 more times. Breathing with me or at your own pace. I'm on number 3. I'm going in through the nose, out through the mouth, filling up my lungs and my belly full of air. Last one. And really let it all go here. Shake it out, roll the neck. And now hover that right ear over the right shoulder for a great neck stretch. And then around the head forward, left ear over left shoulder, and then around it back. We're going to inhale on the right shoulder, exhale to go around. Inhale, left ear over left shoulder, exhale, going back around, right ear over right shoulder, exhale, inhale, this time go all the way around, exhaling at the bottom, coming back to center, and then we'll reverse. So left ear over left shoulder, exhale to round, right ear over right shoulder, inhale, exhale to round, left ear over left shoulder, inhale, exhale it all out, and this time go all the way around, inhaling, exhaling to go back forward, inhale, exhale, inhale, and come back to center to exhale together. Good job. You might want to bob your head yes and no, shake it left and right, roll out those shoulders, stretch the arms again. Oh, it feels so good. I don't know about you, but carrying a book bag all over campus, up and down those hills, really does a number on my shoulders. So give them some love. Let those muscles move around, warm up, and get ready for the rest of our practice. Looks like this little critter is already worn out. I wish I could be as zen and calm as him right now. And after I scooch him off my mat, I invite you to join me in a tabletop position. I know, but I'm sorry. And here, I really want you to focus on planting your hands, rooting them into the earth, and aligning your shoulders over those wrists. Strength, stability, grounding. I know midterms, they're stressing me out, so I can't even imagine how everyone else is feeling in this really crazy, hectic time. but ultimately rewarding. We're going to thank our bodies for being here, our minds for staying sharp. And take 3 nice deep breaths here, feeling the connection between all of your body parts, your wrists to your shoulders, your lungs, your core muscles, your hips that are over your knees, the tops of your feet against the earth, against the mat. And just breathe here. Maybe to inhale, we lift the head, exhale it back down. Last time, exhale. And on this exhale, I invite you to come into a cat. Inhale, back into cow, pressing that chest toward the earth, opening up the heart to the ceiling. And then exhale it back into cat, rounding the spine like a good cat stretch. I know Higgins would definitely chase after a cat if he saw one right now. Inhale, cow. That good opposite stretch. And then exhale back into cat. Let's do this about 3 more times at your own pace. Be as loud with your breaths as you need to. Really let it all out in these cats. I find that cat-cow can be a really detoxifying, clarifying position. And then let's meet back in a neutral back tabletop position. Once again, shoulders over wrists. I want to take a chance to give those wrists some love. So flip that right palm to face the ceiling so that the top of the hand is pressed against the mat, and feel that good opening stretch. And then flip it back and do the other side. Again, top of the hand against the mat, palm toward the ceiling. Just feel that nice stretch. And then go back to that right hand, turn the arm out so that the forearm is facing the wall or the space in front of you. Feel that good stretch in the hand. And then again, flip the hand over so that the top is against the mat. And then return. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So flip that forearm so it faces the wall in front of you on the left. Then we're gonna tuck the wrist for another good stretch, and then return it back. Hand, palm on the mat. Inhale here. Exhale to raise the right arm up. I'm gonna scooch back so the camera can get me. And then on the exhale, raise that opposite leg, left leg behind you. Breathe here, really feel that in your core. And lower. Inhale, raise the left arm. Exhale, raise the right leg. Breathe here, lengthen on the inhales. Exhale to stabilize that core, and then lower. So at this point, we've warmed up our wrists, we've really rooted into the earth. We've done a little bit of warming up our core, and now we're going to tuck the toes and push up into our first downward facing dog. Breathe here, 3 deep, cleansing, clarifying breaths. So good for you. Again, you can be as loud with these exhales as you need to. This is your practice, and it is your time to let everything go. You might want to walk out your dog by lifting up onto the toes of opposite feet, pedaling them out. And then when you're ready, we're going to take one vinyasa. So inhale, round the spine, back up again. Come Coming into Cobra on the exhale. Or, sorry, Chaturanga on the exhale. Cobra on the inhale or up dog. And then back into downward facing dog. Big deep breaths here. Let it all go, no judgment. This is your time that you're taking for your body. One more big deep breath here. Exhale. And then we're gonna lift up the right leg for a three-legged dog on the inhale. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, bring that knee to the opposite elbow, so left elbow. Send it back. Bring that knee to the right elbow. Exhale, send it back. And then maybe open it up for a hip opener. And then exhale, bringing the toes, planting the foot in between the hands. Let me scooch back again. Into a high lunge. Inhale, press the heart toward the wall in front of you. Exhale, lower into a low lunge. And here we are going to stretch out the right leg. So I invite you to come onto the heel, paying attention to where your hips fold. Make sure they're still even with each other. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, great spinal awareness. Maybe bringing the forehead closer to the shin. Breathing here. And then pressing back up. Coming into that high lunge one more time. Rising up. Planting the left heel down to the mat to come into our warrior one. On the exhale, we'll shift to warrior two. Our gaze goes over our right middle fingertip. And here on an inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders. So inhale to roll. And then exhale to roll down. I love that movement. And then on the next inhale, we're going to flip our palm to face the ceiling and take a slight side stretch. Exhale the fingertips back forward into regular warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Shift the toes and the heel of the left foot, and then we're going to shift our weight slightly forward to come into a triangle pose. 3 deep breaths here. Really feel that opening in the right thigh muscle, inner thigh, right in here. And then we're going to windmill the arms back down on either side of the right foot, coming into our high lunge, sending the foot back, pressing back into downward facing dog, and then rolling forward to do another vinyasa. Exhale to chaturanga, inhale to up dog, and then exhale back into downward facing dog. Take another 3 cleansing, clarifying breaths here. Again, do you notice any differences on that right side versus the left side? After we opened up that right leg, right shoulder. And on the next inhale, raise the left leg. And if you'd like, you can take a hip opener. And then exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder, or elbow rather. And then knee to left elbow. Send it back. And then shoot that knee forward, placing the foot on the mat in between the hands. Inhale here. Again, bring the heart toward the wall in front of you. And then lower into a low lunge, where we will then stretch out our left leg. Take this as slowly as you need to. We've got to give our legs some love after all the walking we do all week. Yoga is an excellent way to really stretch them out and show your body gratitude. You can rock back and forth like I'm doing, kind of massaging the foot. I ran before this and rolled my ankle slightly, so I'm trying to be a little extra loving to this foot. You can try to bring the forehead closer to the shin. Again, be aware of that hip crease, making sure your hips are in alignment. And then inhale back forward, tucking the toes, coming back into a high lunge, planting that right heel so that the left heel and the right heel are in one line. And then come in to warrior one. See, no judgment here. On the exhale, shift to warrior two. You're getting a nice view of my back. I'm gonna switch sides for everybody. That gaze going over the left middle fingertips. And we're gonna do my favorite motion, where we inhale to roll the shoulders and then exhale and bring them down. So ready? Inhale and then release. Feels so good. Feel that strength in your core, that stability here. And then we're going to inhale back into that half side body stretch. And then come forward, straightening that left knee, turning the toes to face the wall in front of you on the right foot. And then we'll shift our weight forward and come into a triangle pose on the left side. Really breathing here, feeling that nice deep stretch. I've been to yoga classes where they call loud exhales lion's breaths. So I encourage you to be loud with your exhale, really releasing everything that could be going on in your mind right now. And we'll windmill our arms forward, coming back into a high lunge. I'm gonna stretch out a little bit more here because that's what's serving my body today. And then plant the hands, root them to the ground, send that left leg back. Look, now I'm on an opposite side. And then push back into down dog. Scooch up a little more. And give me 3 good lion's breaths if you have that in your practice today. We'll take another vinyasa here. So round the spine. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. One more cleansing breath here, and then we'll lift the right leg and send that knee forward, making a perpendicular, or as close as you can get, angle with the right side of your mat to come into pigeon. And I invite you, there are several modifications people can take to this pose. I really love it because it's another leg and hip opener, which again, I really need after a week of walking around classes. You can take this pose right here with your hands on the mat. You can come down to your elbows, or if you have blocks, or you can come all the way down, resting your forehead either on your hands that are stacked on top of one another, or just completely onto the mat. Breathe here, 5 deep breaths, feeling that really good stretch. Pigeon is one of my favorite poses. The next inhale, rise up, tuck those left toes back under, and send that right leg back to meet the left. Push back into downward facing dog. Deep breath here, and then raise the left leg, same deal, to the top of your mat. Coming into pigeon on the other side. And again, the modifications here, you can stay on your hands, come down to the elbows, or do blocks if you have them. No extra yoga tools are required for this practice, but if you have them, use them. Or come all the way down, either head on top of your stacked hands, or head directly on the yoga mat. And we'll stay here, again, for 5 deep breaths. I love yoga because whatever you need during the day, a pose can meet you there. You can modify any pose to fit what your body wants you to do, and it is open to all. And on the next inhale, let's rise up, tucking those right toes under and sending the left foot back to meet the right. Pushing back into down dog. Deep breath here. And then on the next exhale, we're going to step, hop, or leap to the top of our mat. And come into a nice forward fold. And we're just gonna stay here for a couple breaths. It doesn't matter if your hands touch the ground, if your hands just go to your legs, if you wanna go behind your shins. You can also kind of ragdoll your arms, grabbing the opposite hand to opposite elbow and just hanging, maybe swaying like a tree, like the many trees we have on campus, or the many squirrels we have on campus. You're welcome to stretch out your wrists here. You know, they've done a lot to support you throughout this practice. And the next inhale, we're going to rise halfway up. And then exhale, lower all the way back down. Inhale, rise all the way up. And then sweep the arms lower all the way back down for a great, great stretch. Maybe hug the legs behind you if that's in your practice. If not, give those thighs a squeeze, or shins a sneeze, shins a squeeze, tongue twisters. Some more cleansing breaths. Okay, inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, lower all the way. Higgins is looking at me like I'm crazy. Inhale, rise all the way up. Bring your hands to heart center as we come onto the mat. I invite you to lay down if that's in your practice. Find a comfortable seat or spot on your mat. Lift up the knees and yogi grip, which is 2 fingers in between your big toes. You can yogi grip here, you can grab the outsides of your feet, or you can grab the outsides of your shins, the backs of your ankles. I'm gonna do the yogi grip myself. And then come into happy baby, a great final opener. Stretch for the legs. You can roll around here, give yourself a little back massage. Another really great pose. I think I incorporate this into almost every practice that I do. And then when you're ready, lower them to the mat to begin Shavasana. I'm going to guide us briefly through this Shavasana before our final settling in and peaceful meditation and gratitude. So I invite you, you can either place your hands, palms down on the mat if you need that deeper sense of grounding, similar to how we started our practice today. Scooch forward so everyone can see. Or you can place the palms open toward the ceiling with the tops of the hands on the mat. We're open, ready to conquer the rest of the weekend, the rest of this evening. I'm going to place my palms down. I know with all the stress of midterms, I can definitely use some grounding this weekend. And then I want you all to try those deep, big belly breaths. So breathe with me on the inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel your chest and your belly expand. Hold it at the top. And then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And once more. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it at the top and then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This last breath we'll do together will be a little bit longer, and then it will lead you right into that restful, wonderful Shavasana that Higgins is already excelling at. So on the inhale, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold. And then exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This video is going to end shortly, but I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as your body needs. When you're ready to come out of it, you can roll onto your right side, placing your head on your right shoulder as a pillow, and then using the left arm, push yourself back up into a seated position. Your hair can be messy. It's fine. Yoga is a judgment-free space. Eyes closed if you're comfortable. We can do one more deep breath together. Exhale. Stretch the arms. All right, and thank you for joining me in this for Yoga Friday on October 15th, potentially, and have a great weekend.